Yep.
Welcome back to your channel. My name is Brad and Supercoach Pro. Today we have a live stream guest. As you guys know, it can finally see his face. GhostBakes, mate. How have you been?
Good, mate. Missed you. It's been a while, and thought we'd get in early, an early session of a mini after dark on your channel.
Yeah.
So just miss talking the footy with you and everything like that, and seeing your beautiful face.
You too. It's actually funny that last year we caught up and had you already met Ruck before then, Rookie Coach?
No, that was the first time seeing both of you. We had a chat on over Zoom and shit like that, but I only had one, and then we're like, oh yeah, and then we all started talking, and then the catch up was really good. That was really fun. We need to do that again.
Yeah, definitely. Because I remember he pre-warned me. He goes, "Oh mate, you're gonna love it when you see Ghosty." And then the senior went to Sporting Globe on a random, I don't know what night it was, but I was like, "Twin, is that you, mate? What's going on?" I've never seen you before, so it's quite funny.
Yeah, no, that's it. Just the tats, the beard. You've got me covered in the arms department though. So,
mate, I've had that much KFC this off season. Lucky absolutely arms, to be honest.
Yeah, I just smashed in GYG then, so.
Nice. Yeah, that will go right through during the live stream. If you get up and go in half an hour, we know why.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, absolutely. So are you, I didn't even ask off air, are you going to start a channel now that you've had a bit of pre-season with Ruck a season with Ruck with the After Dark segments?
Yeah, it's always the plan. Just getting into the getting the equipment and all that kind of stuff, because I'm still working on like we're a bit raw, me and you. We just go raw. We have some fun with it and everything like that. But I have got some stuff coming, and we'll be launching something. Plus, I did want to have it ready for pre-season stuff, but at the same time, I think the fun's when the season's going anyway. So we'll jump in at some point. But obviously, happy to float around your channel, float around Rook's channel, and anyone, and just chat shit with everybody pretty much. But
you know, I've got a sneaky plan. I can't see any comments on the screen, so I'm pretty sure I'll have to do it on my desktop sometime. Actually, Jack is actually written on. I'm going to click on it and see if it comes up.
Yeah, I can't see anything, so there we go.
Okay. Well, Jack says, "G'day, brother. Hope you're well, legend. Hope you are too, Jack. We're still going to have that phone call. So it's a good little community we have. Like, there's a lot of lads like yourself that I caught up with through Supercoach. I reckon I've got more friends through Supercoach than any other thing in my life at the moment. So it's pretty wild, isn't it?
It is. It's I just did it. Like, I've played Supercoach for a while, but last year was the first time I was trying to take it serious, I guess you say, but like trying to get as high as I can in rank, and chatting. And everyone I spoke with is just awesome. Like, it's such a good community, such a good you make friends, you have chats and stuff, and that's the best part. So the off season has been boring as shit, and I'm keen to have everyone back and chat a bit. So, everyone's off doing their thing during the off season, but now, seeing the Twitter light up every 2 seconds, and it's crazy.
You know what I'm going to do? So remember that chat not long ago with Ruck saying he, I won't give too much away, but he wants some special guests to do After Dark as well. You know what I'm going to do, Ghost, out of spite? If I'm not in any of those segments, I'm going to jump on a live stream, go head to head, and me and you are going to jump on our own shit. So just warning shots, Ruck, Not
going to lie, I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, maybe we just go head to head with it. Just try and tank it and see how
I would. I honestly would. So, Rook, if you're watching this right now, just note that if you do an After Dark without us, I promise I'll invite Ghost and I'll go rogue and start dissing you and start writing raps. Who knows? I don't know. I can't really rap, but can you by any chance? You look like the kind of guy that could.
Oh, no, I can give it a crack. I can recite maybe some old school Slim Shady, but coming up with it off the top of my head's no chance. So.
Yeah, fair, mate. We'll go through some of these comments and then we'll start talking about the actual footy in the off season. So it's a bit last minute. So I don't know how many people will be there, but it doesn't matter. We'll continue. So Skiz Fitz is back. Asked me if it's a Giants hat, but it's actually I don't know, some NFL side. What's that side called? You'd be across this kind of stuff, wouldn't you?
Yeah, the Chiefs.
Yeah, the Chiefs. That's right. I am a bit of a Chief, so it probably makes total sense.
I was going to say it suits.
Mate, I'll just buy hats that are on special and just wear them, honestly.
Why not?
Cause is looking forward to this season. What are you looking forward to this season most? Obviously, like debut season for yourself, but anything in particular that you're like, you know what, I'm really hoping I can do well this season in terms of maybe the buys or anything specific with your season, or just your rank?
I was pretty happy with where I finished last year. I finished 605 at the end.
605 overall, as in like under the K.
Yep, 605
Wow.
I finished. So I think going into the last round, I was ranked 500 and something. And I actually thought I had a good week. I was like, oh, yeah. And then I checked and I dropped 100. So I was like, oh, damn. I wanted to be in the top 500. But, no, I was really happy, man. Like, I got lucky with a few things. I think I had 1 week where I had a weekly rank of like 30. So that really launched me. And then from that point on, I was sort of around the 1,000, that top K sort of thing. So, but no, I think this year already it's a bit harder. Like last year, I didn't chop and change my team too much. And just like, I think the rucks, obviously, which we'll talk about, the forward line, like finding genuine keepers in those lines and like ones that you're certain are going to be top of the line is crazy hard. So more just, looking to back it up if I can obviously improve. But yeah, just, see what these new rules are like. But I think there's a lot more options this year going into it. So we'll see.
I definitely agree. I think the ruck is still on notice. I think actually I've been given a lot of stick on Twitter and stuff. I do like to stir the pot. So a lot of people actually don't understand that I am taking a piss a lot of the time. Yeah. And I was talking about these rookie rucks and, people having 5 or 6, but like looking at the hitouts wise over the preseason games, they're actually quite low. So as much as I was giving it stick, it's actually probably pretty valid. I wouldn't be running, McAndrew or whatever the hell his name is from Adelaide, R1, maybe R2 I'd look into after seeing the hit out count. But I'm keen on Jacko regardless. I know I'm going to lose a hell of a lot of money, but I'm not really keen on R2 now. I'm sort of thrown off that position. I don't know if it's an overreaction, which I said I wouldn't overreact, but I think I already sort of have just looking at the games. Are you sort of thinking maybe an R2 rookie would be okay, or have you thought about it much?
Currently speaking, McAndrew is my R2.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, with Lukey Jackson at R1 at the moment. So last year, what I thought I did really well was jumping on people at their lowest point in value. Like I got Rowell, Dawson, Dunkley, and they were all around that 490 to 500K mark when I got them. So it's that timing and everything and value. I never thought Rowell was going to go crazy and end up finishing like top 3, top 4 in the mid. But I think you can pay 700K for Bond because he's top 2 mids at least. But this year with the rucks, like I don't want to pay. I had Sherry in my team all preseason, and I don't think you can pay 700K for him or Gorn. They're pretty much 700K, and be certain they're top 1 or 2 anymore. How will you know? Like it's crazy.
I'm not disagreeing completely with that, but what my more take is not so much I don't know who would be R1, R2. It's more there's probably no value there, I guess, is my perspective. Is like we might lose 100K. So, you know what I mean?
Guaranteed. I think all the rucks will take a hit. So this isn't just like a Sherry Gorn thing. Obviously their price is through the roof. But I don't know how the rules and everything are going to go, but even like, there's a lot of people that are jumping on English and DCAM and all that kind of stuff. So, like they've all got arguments and stuff like that, but you're right. The value, I'm certain Gorn and Sherry both lose 100, 150K easily.
I reckon, they will at some point too. Like that's the conundrum too, is like they're also good VC and C options because Cherry's got an early fixture that's pretty decent as well. Yeah. I think Gorn he might struggle a bit, but then also like it's gone. Like the points have got to go somewhere for him. He moves up and down the ground so well anyway. So he hurts you by marking down the line and kicking goals and even taking intercept marks down back. So it's interesting. Scott says g'day. He's another fellow Tiger actually, so I should be happy. You're a Bombers man, yeah? Is that right?
Yeah, I don't like to admit it.
Yeah, I'm not normally a good listener when it comes to people telling me who they support because I don't care if it's not Richmond. So I'm just kidding.
Yeah. We had a good
actually, I thought you would have been maybe a Blues or a Pie supporter just by the look you've got going, The
old, I've had that a fair bit. Played footy when I was younger, obviously, and I did get a few Swanee nicknames here and there. But no, mate, been Essendon since I can remember, and unfortunately, it hasn't been. I'm 33. We haven't done shit for 26 years, so do the math. I haven't had a great watch for the last 2 decades. It doesn't look like it's going to get any better.
Well, you can always change a sash. I mean, I've been trying to convince Cheese as well to do the same thing, but he doesn't listen to me whatsoever. Cheese is an interesting fella. I've got to meet him at some point. He sounds like a bit of a wild unit, same as Skiz in the comments here. A bit of a fun crowd, that's for sure. Turf Wars, it will be. Rook, I'm coming for you. If I'm not on a bloody segment, I tell you, I'm going to start my own live, and I promise you, I'm not even joking. And it's funny because, like, he knows I'm being legit now. He's probably gone to bed. He's pretty old, actually, Rook. He is Tom Stewart after all.
Yeah, done a knee on the way.
So is this why your nickname is what it is, Ghost?
I am a massive Scream fan. My favourite movie of all time. Love the series. New one comes out Thursday. Booked my tickets already. So keen as I can be. So yeah, love Scream. Awesome.
And shout out to Supercoach Edge here. This is Damo and Liam as well. I've got to jump on their potty and talk some trash. Unfortunately, Damo's a Blues supporter, so he's in the same category as you, mate. Just been sort of crying for 20 years, which is understandable. I have to buy you guys a tissue box at some point when I see you in person.
Yeah, definitely. Can never run out.
Yeah. I never get what Skiz says. It always goes in my head. Sorry, Skiz. He goes, no, I meant the size of the hat. So go stuff yourself, Skiz. He always gets me every time.
Yeah.
It is because I used to do VCal, but nothing understands for me. Oh, right. Yeah. Wow. I'm getting roasted already. It's not even a Sunday roast, mate, and I'm already copping it already. First episode back, so love that.
Yeah. Got to get the cobwebs out, mate. We'll be right.
I think so too. Like, I actually got pretty nervous. I know I don't seem like a nervous character, but always before going live, I get a little bit nervous in the guts and then to go poop myself sometimes. And you're like, oh, that's why I'm late half the time, I reckon.
Nothing wrong with that, mate. Just it shows you give a shit, literally.
Yeah, dude. I don't know why. I have all this time to prepare for something, and I'm always late because I'm doing something stupid. Craze Fit, I haven't seen him in a while either. Says these ads worse than Twitch. Sorry, mate. I haven't put a lot, but I don't know how much they're pissing people off. It's probably because the first streams, everyone's like, I just want to watch the stream without ads. So apologies, Craze, but I also need to I need money for baby formula. What do you think of Todd Marshall? Did you actually watch this game for Port Adelaide?
No, I didn't watch it. I've seen bits and pieces. I was watching, obviously, McAndrew and seeing how he was going. And looked like he was doing really well till he copped that knee to the ribs. But, yeah, I think I've heard some people jumping off him because Todd Marshall, because he only played half a game and all that. All pre-season he's been taking kick-ins with the match sim and all that kind of stuff. But I think for the price, his job security is through the roof. Like, they're not going to drop him. And I think he can make some coin. That's all he's there for. I think all I've done is swap Dev Robertson from the bench on field and put Marshall on the bench. So I don't think there's any issue with Marshall.
I think the rookies below 200K, as long as their role is still what it is, and then you sort of don't think about it. Like, I'm just trying to avoid small forwards like with Dolan last year that I keep thinking about that burnt me as an F8. But I'm also wanting a little bit of pod rookies before the season starts. That's what I'm sort of looking into this season a little bit more than what I have in the past seasons.
Yeah, well, I think the people that jumped on like Murphy Reid, even Max Hall I had in my team for a while, and then in pre-season, then I didn't pick him up and he ended up going through the roof as well. So those ones like, I know Janeth from Swordplay and stuff like that, he jumped on Murphy Reid just before the price rise, and, he always finishes near the top, and a bit of that pod rookie stuff really does help when they, drop a massive score and go up 100K.
I swear Janeth has got like a crystal ball because, like you said, his rankings every year is so good. Always top 1K, top 1K. Same with DR, and it's always interesting to see them 3 poll each week, and they're always ranking really well. And their knowledge is so extensive, so it'll be good to see them this year as well.
Yeah, I follow all their stuff. Same as Damo from Supercoach Edge. I'll watch as much as I can. Obviously, yourself and Rook as well were the ones I mainly start with. But yeah, I can't get enough of it, and I love hearing other people's opinions and stuff too. So sometimes when you're 50-50, you hear a couple of people say some things, and you're like, you know what, they're right, or you follow your gut. So yeah, it's always good.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's a bit of both. Like there might be things that you haven't thought about statistically, or maybe a player's out that you didn't know was out, and someone will mention it, and it sort of makes more sense to you one way or the other, or like you said, to gut feel. Yeah. Jack says, one thing I will not do, as I say every year, is not run out of trades in round 20. That's what hurt me as well. Like I ran out of trades, I don't know what round, but I went from I know I kept going on about it in the off season, from 37 or 38, whatever it was, and then I slid out to about 6K by the end of the finish. And I watched obviously Supercoach Masters, George. Yeah. When we started doing recordings, I was flying, and then the last 6 weeks he overtook me, and he made like a top 300 and something finish. Yeah. And he reminds me his finish almost every time we chat. So shout out to Jaws. Yeah, he's a funny man. Like there's a lot of funny people in this Supercoach stuff, isn't there?
Oh, heaps, mate. You're one of them, mate. You give a lot of people us. I'll pump you up as well as George. Come on.
That's true, but it's I don't know. People follow you either for statistics or personality, and yours will have to be Rook. So, Ghost, I almost called you Rook. That's an insult. Sorry about that.
No, definitely not. Well, this is the first time everyone's seen my mug, so
yeah,
we'll see.
Hopefully, they will sub on your channel.
I'll let you know if my Twitter followers increase and if there's any female base that comes. But I doubt any females will watch this. Maybe if you get in, maybe do a few flexes or something, we might get the female audience.
It's only ever been my girlfriends when I've had Supercoach that they've jumped in the comments and absolutely roasted me about random stuff, as we know. And then
I remember some of that, yeah.
Oh yeah, that was pretty wild. Jack also says happens most years when I'm around 500 to 1K mark, and then finish around 4 or 5K. And this is the issue for me. It has been for a couple of seasons here and there as well. And then like a couple of seasons ago, finished about 1,200. And sometimes you don't realise how good of a finish that is until you have a poor year the year after, if that makes sense.
100%. Yeah. Like I said, I was shocked that I even got to as high as I did, and that was still like you're still thinking 600 off the pace. You know what I mean? Like there's people that have been like yourself. You're sitting 37. You're in the top 100 or top 200 for like 2 months. So to be like that, it doesn't matter. Obviously, like it's easy to fall off, but to keep getting that spot and then maintain it for as long as you did, man, that's like I didn't get that high. So just had some. It's a lot of luck too, man. Like it's a lot of luck.
You know what the most funniest thing was though is like how many people were supporting me, and then how many haters. As soon as I fell off, I got these random comments, and there weren't that many haters, but it was so funny the way that they like just flipped on you. So if it happens to you this season, you won't be surprised. And then I'll go to check their Twitter page, about a week later, and then it says that account's been blocked. So as they blocked me for whatever reason. So you find you get the odd dislike in a video, and they're still watching you anyway. So even haters will watch you regardless, which is quite funny because it's no issue for me this year if that happens. But Corey says Cherry is no good for me now. I don't like how he played, and he's a North supporter, as we can see in the comments. So that's interesting take, Causa.
Yeah, no, I agree with it too. Like he's got a really, really good run, but just I don't know. Like I didn't watch a lot of that game. I think I watched maybe half, and from the centre bounce, obviously isn't going to be his forte. Max Heath was jumping all over him, but it's a lot to pay up. You know what I mean? I get the set and forget kind of thing, and you're just sort of like, all right, these are my rucks. I'm going to leave them, but it's a lot of money, man. And if they drop, you lose that value straight away. So it's the ruck line's the thing I'm having the most difficult with. Yeah,
no, me too. I am for sure. My old housemate says, Mr. Ramo, father, he's the most randomest New Zealand bloke you ever meet. Can I get a Go Tigers, please, from Custard Man True? So long story short, I don't know if I told you this story, but this is my housemate. We met off flightmates.com, not Grindr, as you'd believe. But anyway, he didn't follow any footy whatsoever. And then all of a sudden he's got more Richmond merchandise in about a space of a year. So then we're going to play footy a couple of years ago, and then I end up dislocating my shoulder when he wasn't there in a bloody a bit of a match sim sort of thing. So that was fun. and now I've done it for a third time. So that's great. So thanks for not coming to that session. Geordie, that was your fault. I dislocated my shoulder a third time.
There you go.
What's your worst footy injury?
Mine?
Yeah.
Oh, well, luckily I haven't had too many, but the ones I have had haven't been great. I actually broke my jaw playing footy, so that was the worst one. So
what did you say?
3 metal plates still in here.
Wow. What did you say to somebody?
Oh, no. It's a funny story, going. The last quarter of the game, and I was a midfielder, and the ball was just, I did this stupid thing where I was running, picked up the ball, and I picked it up, and I lifted my head up first instead of lifting the ball up first. And someone lined me up, smacked me with the shoulder or the elbow, I don't know what it was. I spun. Wasn't knocked out or anything. Like, I had the ringing in the ears and, like, a bit of blurred vision. Definitely concussed. I was captain at the time, so I got up and the ball was near me, and just instinctively I went to call for it, and then I knew something was wrong when I went to call for it because I was like, wait, my mouth isn't moving properly.
Wow. And, okay.
Actually had one of the we had one of the 16s, one of the kids from the under 16s that was being runner for us that day, and he actually ran to come check on me and see how I was. And the look on his face, like he shat himself when he saw my face. He was like, he pulled back, and I was like, uh-oh, something's wrong. And came from the ground, and luckily didn't lose any teeth, but cracked my jaw pretty good.
That's intense. I've never had that. I've only ever done, shoulders or nothing leg related though. I've always been lucky, thankfully.
Yeah, well, it was funny. I was meant to miss the rest of the season. I had surgery, missed 3 or 4 weeks, and I just said, I'm going back to play. I don't care. So I went and played. I had a few teammates say that they didn't want to give me the ball just in case I got hit in the face again.
Wow.
The bloke that it got to the last round, and I was going to play that team again, and I was keen for that, and then I ended up getting called up, and the bloke was over the fence talking shit to me while I was playing seniors. So. That was fun. But so no, it's just that was probably the worst one. Other than that, I haven't done like hammies or soft tissue stuff or anything like that. So
nice. Yeah, no, it's fair. Jack says Brizzy 3-peat, our list. Sorry, what does it say? Our list is a joke. Mm-hmm. Well, he's pretty confident, is he? Jack is about Brizzy. What are your thoughts on this? Do you think they're probably in top 4? You'd think, but we always think that about the premiers anyway. The year before.
Yeah, well, usually, we see that the team that finishes on top isn't always the one that wins. In fact, usually they don't. But with the team that they had last year, and then you're throwing in Oscar Allen, Sam Draper, you got to factor in that Ashcroft boys are getting better. If they can stay, and they had a shitload of injuries last year, so if they can stay injury-free, I think that they'll probably win it again, more than likely. I think Gold Coast will be up there, and you can never count out some of the. I think Sydney will take a big jump up now too as well. But I think Brisbane will be the favourites for sure.
You know what your backdrop reminds me of? It's like you've gone to heaven or hell or something, and you're just like returning from you've been summoned like in Dragon Ball Z from King whatever the thing is called. I've gone blank anyway, but that's what it looks like. It's a pretty cool drop.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, no, this is from I'll also be starting a horror channel next
really?
This year as well. Yeah, talking about movies and live streams and stuff on that. So doing that with my brother and one of my mates. So we're very keen for that. So we had a mini drop and practice run type of thing talking about horror, and this was just the background that I just chose because other than a shit looking room that's not ready, I thought it would look okay.
Sort of like this. Like I'm just.
It was good. But
filming off my phone.
So but it does look like that. The old I love Dragon Ball Z, so always happy for that reference.
Yeah, I've got a whole half sleeve of Dragon Ball Z characters, like even Tian, Android 16, Android 18, Piccolo, everything in there.
Yeah, love it. Vegeta was the GOAT for me.
Yeah, he's on my arm here anyway.
Look at that. You gave him his whole arm. That's exactly what you need to do.
It was one of my first tats, actually, to be honest.
Nice. Yeah, I love Dragon Ball Z. My dad used to tape them on the old VHS on Cheese TV back in
Ah,
the day. And
yeah.
don't know how the tapes would be now, but yeah, I remember even when I was like, early 20s or whatever, I'd be like, can I borrow those tapes and just chuck them in. Sometimes he used to take the ads out, but sometimes he would forget and you get some old school ads, and that became more interesting than the show because I was like, oh shit, I remember that.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, 100%. I don't know how to say this name, but I'm just going to go with Houdini. It says Ruck induction makes Jackson all the more attractive, and that's our point. Like we're thinking Jackson as well, and then R2 could be a rookie, and yeah, it's interesting how that's flipped in about a week just based off the hit outs, which is probably an overreaction overall because we sort of know who the top 3, top 4 are going to be. It's just probably not where the value is, though. You'd rather spend that money on a midfielder, perhaps, is what we're sort of leaning towards.
Yeah, just until you get a bit more like clarification on how it's looking, you know what I mean? Then once you get an idea, you can sort of commit. That's my perspective anyway. I haven't ruled out going one of the other big boys, but structurally for now, I'm pretty happy with doing that for now and seeing how we go.
Just R2 for me at the rookie just looks disgusting. Like I don't feel like there's much of an option out because Reed was pretty bad for Carlton, and sort of Pitnat looks like he's going to have his spot back. So it's like you could go like a what's the guy's name? CDT as your R3, but you might only get 50 points for it. So not really sure. If you get 4 games out of McAndrew and then all of a sudden you sort of have to upgrade him because O'Brien comes back, that's the only issue. You need like maybe a Ruck in the flex perhaps at worst case scenario maybe. That's what the only thing I can think of as a backup plan.
Yeah, I've had a look at all kinds and just like nothing feels good even when I look at it, and I'm like, so I'd rather, if it's not going to look good to me, I'd rather not spend 600k plus on something that I don't like anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think I put in like, I had a look at even TDK if he's gonna, because he can sort of, he's sort of that Jackson type, but it just depends on the Romo split and all that kind of stuff, because he's only 520, which is still probably more than I want to spend. But yeah, and like I know some people are going the Gorn and Sherry and then just seeing how it works out, and then obviously if it's not good they can trade down, which makes sense. But yeah, I'm just at the moment I think I'm spreading the money out across the field a bit more for now, and we'll see what happens. It'll probably change 100 times in the next week or two anyway.
I've actually been pretty good at not changing my team around too much. I've always changed maybe 5 or 6 players around, but I've still kept Dacos, Butters, Rosie, Flanders, the main core. It's more that the rookie spots for me that I'm really unsure on, and that's why I'm going to have to rewatch the preseason games to get a better idea of who I think will get more games based off injury list and just job security in general. But Cheese says Don's baby, they smoked Richmond that game. I had to actually turn it off after quarter time, and that was because I was working, not because I knew we were going to get flogged in the second half. But it's hard to read into preseason games anyway on how well a team's actually going to perform, because a lot of them will get taken off after halftime, the senior players, and for me it's just about the game plan of that team. Like Richmond actually looked good in the first quarters. That's a positive sign. If we played like shit all 4 quarters, I would be more concerned than anything. Sort of like North, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. I had going into that game, I had Lawler sitting in my forward line because I had before that was Brent Daniels, and then he ended up getting injured, and I was sort of leaning towards getting off him anyway, because obviously Giants have been hit with that injuries like crazy the last week. So yeah, I was like, I'll have a look at Lawler, but then he only played like the first quarter and then got taken off. So changed it up a bit now.
As a Tigers man, I don't have the balls to do it, to be honest. Like I can see the merit for it, but once we have like Taranto, Hopper, Jack Ross, I think he's more of a 4th banana, to be completely honest. Like that's why I haven't really been tempted. If I knew Taranto was going to spend 70% forward time, which I think he will in the next couple of years anyway, and maybe they move Hopper to half back, I'd be more inclined to do it maybe next year or the year after.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Yeah, I wasn't super keen on it. It was just someone that was like pretty much, I was just swapping up the Daniels pick, and I was like, oh well, this is pretty much going to give me the same amount of money. And I was like, oh, I'll have a watch. And then, he was out of my team pretty quick after that. So I just wanted to get it in. But, no, I agree with you, man. And you're more of a Richmond expert than me.
Well, just like I'll base a few things I noticed on the Richmond game too. I think Grill is a lock. Like I think his job security is good. I think he'll score decent.
Yeah.
Cumming worries me a little bit with the forward split and the midfield split. I can't get a good gauge on that. So for his elevated price, I'm not sure if he will be worth it in the end. Like just getting a second look at that. And it is because we got dominated anyway, so it's very hard to tell. I need another game to read Cumming. Retschko didn't come on till later, so that rules him out of my side.
Mm-hmm.
Gibkiss, I even heard some of the commentators somewhere that he might be more of a lockdown this year, which actually turns me off Gibkiss pick. Like he might be a very slow burn, whereas he's normally been a bit more of an interceptor, play it, running off. But we sort of need a few lockdown players because we just got obliterated by even the small forwards. Like Caddy got off the chain and looked like he was Dusty Martin or Prime Dangerfield. It was ridiculous how well Caddy did, and we had no one to stop him, and that actually really pissed me off.
Did Bolter didn't play though, did he? Noah Bolter.
So I was watching this at work without any volume on, so I feel like he might have actually. No,
I don't know. I actually didn't. I only watched a bit of it, so I don't.
Yeah, same.
Because I didn't. Oh, from what I saw, I didn't hear his name. Let me just have a look. I'll bring it up. I've got the stats here. Because
I know Ben Miller had a great game, but he's more for your draft super coach. He's not really. And Geordie says Tigers baby instead of Skiz basically here. But yeah, have a look for me and tell me.
Yeah, no Noah Bolter, and from I heard Uza, I think it was on SEN or something with Kane Corns and David King, and he was saying it'll pretty much be Miller and Bolter. So maybe Gibkiss will be that interceptor when Bolter's playing, because then he'll probably take the third.
Yeah,
but I don't know. I've got Gibkiss in my team at the moment, just sitting on the bench, just because job security. He's going to play. But like I said, that can change as well. If he is a lockdown, then yeah, I'll probably jump off.
I think this is my interpretation of it. Like, there's probably better rookies out there in the back line anyway after preseason games, but also we find a lot of them don't make it to round one anyway. It's just because of certain players are getting rested. So for me, Gibkiss probably has the best job security out of any Richmond rookie that I've ever posted on my side. But it's just whether or not I want to field him, which I probably don't if I'm hearing he's playing lockdown, which I have heard from a lot of Tigers fans, actually.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Yeah, if that's the case, I'll be jumping on rookie.
I mean, Rook going head-to-head with us too, and he's got a special guest. I'll be honest, he's probably going to lose that 40-1. So bring it on, Rook. I'm happy to have some healthy banter. And if they want to know where some humour is, they can come see me, but that's okay, isn't it?
If we fail, we'll just create some fake accounts and just spam the comments full of shit.
That's too much effort for me, but you're more than welcome to do that. I'd love to watch that. I'll probably make 4 at least sneaky accounts, let's be honest. And I'll just call him Tom Stewart, No Brain or something dumb. I can't even think of anything anyway. I've only got a couple cells left. Skizfit says, I'm a year 11 VCAL dropout too, mate. A lot of time I don't make sense. Neither do I. I always get myself in trouble by not thinking before I speak, literally in everyday life. But anyway. And you know what? We were talking off air before. Adelaide's actually not as bogan as I thought, by the way. I don't know if you know this, but Adelaide's actually quite beautiful.
No. Well, I've only been once, which was to see the UFC. It was a day trip. Flew out. So I'll take your word for it. You're an expert.
Yeah.
More.
I've been here 6 months now, and it's quite beautiful. It's very untapped. The Port Adelaide supporters are a little bit more bogan than the Adelaide supporters. If I had to choose a team here, gun to my head, I'd probably choose Crows over Port Adelaide. Port are just a little bit more sort of like that Collingwood vibe. Not that there's anything wrong with Collingwood. And Adelaide a little bit more like that, I don't know, they give me Essendon vibes, Crows supporters down here.
So Legends.
Lesbians. No, probably Legends. Yeah, we'll go with that.
Just go with it. Just go.
Damo, it says, yes, Ghosty, I'm a massive Scream fan as well. I saw the movie with my dad in the cinemas when I was 8, I believe. Sorry, believe it or not. And then it says, STU, alive man. Who's STU?
Stu.
Who's Stu?
He's one of my favourite characters, actually. Haven't you seen Scream? You've never watched Scream?
Nah, I normally make him scream, but I've never watched Scream.
Well, maybe if you watch Scream, you make him scream while watching Scream, and then everyone wins, all right?
Everybody's a winner. Yeah, find yourself a goth girl.
Damo will back me up. watch it and tell me what you think, because it's a bloody good movie. Even if you're not massive into horror, it's just a really good movie. But yeah, I actually agree with what Damo is saying too. I exactly what he's saying. So yeah, he's a good lad. He's switched on, knows his Supercoach and his horror.
There you go. Yeah, I've always liked him from day dot. He's always been a podcast I've never unfollowed. So anyway, Corey says Brandon Walker is a watch, took kicky in preseason games, and Ryan played in reserves. How's that? I don't know if you watched my one of my preseason videos with Jaws, I believe, from SC Masters.
I did.
I had Luke Ryan in there.
He was giving you a lot of shit for Luke Ryan.
Mate, so funny, the banter.
Yeah. Oh, it was awesome. I loved it.
Yeah. I still can't match that Matty take, because me and him different personalities again. And sometimes when I do give George some stick, it goes over his head. But then when he does roast me, I've got nothing back for him. He's always got me covered. Yeah,
no, I've watched their videos a fair bit, and their banter was always pretty good too. So, but no, you guys are a good pairing. It's always funny. Same as you and Shorty. I remember your videos in last year. So, no, like I said, it's a community of just legends, mate. That's the best part. Everyone you talk to, like, I've yet to see too many people have, I hate this bloke and I hate this guy's channel and all this shit. I haven't seen any of that. So maybe when I start, people can direct their hate to me. I don't know.
Oh, you never know. You never know what happens. But I think a lot of the time with the team ups, the chemistry is always good. It's always just like a slightly different chemistry. I've noticed when I've done vids with different people that, like, I was just pissing myself the entire Shorty stream just because we were sitting so close, and it was in his bedroom, and everything just felt so funny the whole entire time.
Yeah. No, 100%. I'm big on the vibe stuff too. So yeah, you just adapt as you go type of thing.
Skizfist is laughing, but I'm about like 10 minutes behind in the comments, so it could be anything that we're talking about here. Do we look like a little bit like we could be brothers? That's what I want to know in the comments. Like, is there? I'll grow a beard out this season just to prove a point.
Yeah, I actually got a trim today, so this is as small as it gets. So, not shaving anymore.
This was for the podcast specifically, wasn't it? You got to tell the fans that's how it is, isn't it?
Fresh fade, everything, man. I was like, that's why when you said last night we'll do it tonight, I was like, yeah, absolutely.
Beautiful, yeah. And I was always going to run late. So when you said you're running late, I was like, this is beautiful. This is perfect for Brad.
Yeah, match the energy.
Literally. Causa says, I was up 1.8K up to the buys and had injuries, no bont, butters, and at the end finished 10K. It's still a good effort regardless, and especially when you're anti-pod blokes like that, it's so hard to come back from, isn't it, really?
Oh, bad. I got lucky. We spoke about it heaps about Fade and Bont last year. When we paid up for him, and all it took was that Windhager game where he got tagged and he dropped like a 60 or something. And that was my reason. Luckily, I had just enough money to boot Chera. I got rid of Chera to Bont, and yeah, from that point on, he went bananas every week again. So, definitely. I haven't got Bont on my side at the moment, but if I'm going to pay up 700K for someone, it would be him.
Yeah, so I've just pretty much just got Butters and Dacos as my midfield captain options, and then I'm not sure if I'm off Naz. Like, Rookie's hot take for his his hot calls or whatever was Naz won't be top 6. Now that I don't maybe agree with, but he looked a bit shaky with his kicking in the midfield because there's a lot more pressure when you're kicking in the mids, as you'd know personally. I don't know where, maybe it is Jack Sinclair's season on the flip side if Naz is going to be playing midfield all the time. What do you think of that one?
Naz hasn't been in my team once in preseason, not once. I think if I'm big last year, and this is the thing that I've had to change my game because I picked the blokes that were those stoppage tacklers like Dunkley, Tom Green, Matt Rowell.
Yep.
I had like those sort of blokes in that just rack up the tackles. So that way, if they're having a shit game finding the footy, they usually, even Brayshaw is a tackler as well. Like, he tackles a shitload. And with that going out, I've kind of gone, oh, it's probably going to stop that sort of game a bit. But another thing I look at is tags, and I wasn't really hot on having Dacos in the team to start because I figure he will get tagged and he will drop, but he's in my team at the moment. In regards to Naz, he has to be top 1 or top 3 minimum blokes that'll get tagged this year. He has to be. Last year, St Kilda were irrelevant, really. Like, Chris Scott's not going to go, oh, yeah, we need to tag Naz this week, because they didn't care. They were, St Kilda weren't threatening the finals position or anything like that. They will be a lot better this year, and I'd be shocked if he doesn't get way more attention. I still think he'll be top 6. I don't think he'll drop out of the top end range. But just to start with, I've gone, early buy. I've actually been, I'm hotter on Sinclair, and another probably, I don't know if it's a hot take, but I'm hotter on Lockie Ash than Lockie Whitfield as well.
Yeah, funny you said it. I've actually got Ash in my background. I've actually got a pretty deep backline at the moment, so I might have to do another upload after this weekend potentially. But I'm a little bit torn too. Like, do you go those run and carry players? Like, who's Jordan Clark? Like, Jordan Clarks. Do you grab your Ashes, your Clarks, just those guys that that are got that half-back role instead of getting that midfielder instead? So maybe that is the thing. The only thing I don't like about the half-back role sometimes is they have particularly like a low ceiling. So like your Ashes go up to like a 110, but you get a Naz that plays a bit of a split, or a Rosie that plays a bit of a split, and then you get those spike VC scores of a 140. That's my only different hot take to that, is like you can get a guy that's always consistent at 110 every week, or you get a guy that's going to do 80 one week because he got tagged, and 150 the next week and he's been a brilliant VC. So it's a bit like based on necessities for your captain options in your team, isn't it?
Yeah. And I think, you're 100% right. And ideally, we want all of them by the end of the year. You want to have all of them. It's just about who you start. And I've gone, at the moment, I booted McKercher out just because I'm not sure if he's 100% going to be in round 1. I wanted to sort of see how he is. So my top 3 backmen at the moment are Ash, Jordan Clark, and who else have I got? I forgot the other one. But yeah, those run and carry sort of players, like you said, and those are sort of the blokes that rarely dropped a bad score. But you're right, the ceiling really wasn't there. But at the start of the year, I just want that consistency sort of to start, because if Naz or Sinks or someone like that does drop a bad game, it's quite quick. Like, I got Naz last year for 510K, and then he went crazy every week. So he had that ceiling. But I just want to see that he can do that in that midfield role first, because he's not going to go up. He's not going to go 650, 670K.
Yeah, that's right.
I reckon he can drop to that 540, 550 range. And then you can grab him after his first buy, and maybe that's a way to sort of anti-pod. But like, I don't blame anyone for jumping on him. I think he'll be top 6 for sure. It's just, I just want to see. I think he's going to get a shitload of tags. Yeah, he has to. Like, otherwise, you're going to lose the game. Like, look at that Melbourne game last year. That was crazy.
Yeah, that's right, 100%. Causa says, I was at the game. CCJ played really well. So he's talking about Coleman Jones, who was the Richmond player, went across to North Melbourne a couple of seasons ago. So maybe he does, but I don't think I really want to touch North Melbourne rookies or too many North players. No offense to Corey there, but they just make me you have to watch the games, which when it's a blowout, it's a lot harder to sort of do that sometimes.
Yeah.
And also the scoring pie as well.
Oh, and Rosie was the other defender I was talking about. So Clark, Rosie, Ash. Sorry. Yeah,
I got similar. No, you're right. Edge is still going on about the ghost face. The ghosty. He goes, need a ghost face background, ghosty. Use the image of Ghostface walking away from Stu's burning house from Scream 7 will make you look like a boss. You should do that. I've no idea what it's about because you guys are absolutely geeking out here. But it sounds like you should.
I'll make sure Damo jump on when I launch the horror channel with the boys. I'll give you a lot of shit to watch, mate. Don't worry.
I'll be subbing to you. Like, I'm not really a horror guy. I feel like every ex-girlfriend I've ever had has loved horror movies, though. Maybe because they are psychotic, but that's different. Good and bad, I suppose. But she says, Ghost doing movie reviews. I love that. I follow a lot of channels like that. Elvis the Alien has some sick movie-related videos. If anyone is interested in that stuff, there you go. You might have to look that up for yourself.
Definitely. No, I watch a lot of that stuff. I love, like I said, it's same with Supercoach. I love other people's opinions. I love other people's looks on things. I think it's just unique to listen to other people, and it changes. Sometimes it can change something that you were thinking yourself, and you're like, oh shit, I never thought of it like that, and then changes your opinion. So I love
100%.
Yeah.
By the way, everyone in the chat and who's been viewing and coming in and out, give us a like for the stream because it is first potty back. We tried to convince Rookie Coach, but apparently he's got a life, unlike us too. So, he couldn't come on the show. He's got better things to do. It's not an After Dark segment, so, it's not paying him the bill, so he couldn't give us stuff about us, to be honest, could he?
He only commented when we challenged him, so...
It's so on. Like, he knows I'm dead set serious too. I've always loved the banter between Rook. Like, I remember I caught up with him, I think, after his first season, and I wanted to see if he was keen on doing his channel still. Yeah. And then at the start of the season, the next season, his channel just went nuts and he overtook. Yeah. And then sold himself to the devil and started playing the game day stuff that I've got zero interested in because I've never been reached out to him because I'm not popular enough. But that's okay. I'm not personally attacked by any of those things.
Yeah. No, it doesn't sound like you are. But yeah,
I'm not interested anyway.
Yeah. No, 100%. But yeah, he deserves all the love he gets with his channel and blowing up.
Oh, yeah.
He knows what he's talking about. And he's a great bloke. We love him, even though you have to pay for CCs when we catch up.
Oh, yeah. I remember that. He forgot to pay for his CC. I think he paid me back the next time with a drink. I didn't ask him. But he's a nice bloke, good bloke. So Edge says, get me on the channel, lad. I'm keen to start up a Scream horror channel myself, but don't have enough time with Supercoach and my my blue baggers. Edge Carlton channel. That's hard. Having a Blues channel would be more difficult than having a Supercoach channel. Would you say so too?
Yeah. No, I couldn't do that. I couldn't do an Essendon one. I just my whole streams would just be like, we're shit. Sack Scott. That's it. That's all I'd say constantly. So. Yeah, we'll definitely get you on the channel, man. You want to jump on and have a chat about Scream? I don't think my brother's okay with it, and my other mate's not a big fan, but we can annoy the shit out of him talking about Scream. This turned into a Scream chat anyway.
That's all right. That's fine. And then he says, not enough time with my newborn son. So it's like, we're all just having kids out of nowhere. Well, not personally, but you know what I mean?
Yeah. You were the first to start that trend. Don't worry, mate.
Oh, yeah, man. It's a fun time.
Yeah, 100%.
Causa says TDK didn't book that crash versus Wits. And then what do we got? Cheese. Glad to see some movie fanatics in the Supercoach community. I feel like there would be a lot of people. I feel like Supercoach is very that way related anyway. Like we're all pretty geeky in different ways, whether it be anime or horrors and stuff, and that's why we're probably in the same Supercoach things.
Absolutely, yeah. Rook loves his music. He drops his music stuff that he loves, his anime. Yeah.
100%. I miss you, Rook, if you're still watching in the comments somewhere.
We love you.
Causa says, I watched a Giants game. He had a CBA. What's his for? Daniel then was off in the quarter. Yeah, he was injured. So what happened here?
He did his hammy. So I think he got he was starting to get a couple bit of midfield minutes because obviously they've running thin with Callahan and Green and all that out. And that's a big reason why I'm more on Ash than Whitfield. Because Whitfield did get moved last year for that. Remember that half forward role that was dog shit for like a month?
Oh, yeah.
And I just think that obviously he's a bit older. I don't see them moving Ash. I think Ash is the bloke that they're happy to be the next Whitfield. So, if there's too many more injuries off the half forward line, like Darcy Jones is still out and all that kind of stuff, it wouldn't surprise me if they move Whitfield up the ground again. And, I'm just staying away from that. So,
I don't blame you for that reason as well, but I think Ash might overtake him. I even think Ed Richards might overtake Bont this year. I don't know, it's a bit of a hot call, but that's my weird take this year.
Yeah, no. I love the weird takes, man. Like I said, everyone's got one, and it's just that gut feel. And sometimes they work out, sometimes they don't. But I can see that happening too.
Yeah, 100%. Supercoach Edge, Damo says, too true, cheese. Owning my videography biz means I'm naturally a film nut as much of a film nuffy as I am a Carlton nuffy. I still need to read better. I'm reading this off my phone, so even when I do read it off my laptop, it's the same way anyway, but it is what it is.
You're making sense, don't worry. We understand. We're good.
They're used to it anyway, but Causa also says Xavier Taylor is a miss for me as well. Only played fourth quarter. There you go as well. Did you know that?
Yeah, I did. I watched a bit of that game. I was having a look at Windsor for I think his backline, but he was getting a lot of midfield minutes. But apparently, he nearly went like touchless playing mid the whole time.
Wow.
In the first quarter, I think he finished with maybe 10, 11 touches for the whole game. So yeah, I was like, nah, I need to see more. So he's got the role, he's getting midfield minutes, but if you're not going to get the ball, probably not the greatest of options.
Yeah, I agree with you. Like, I've never been hot over some picks that have been hyped in the off season, I guess. Like, there's a lot of like players will get named once or twice and all of a sudden they're 10% owned out of nowhere just on one or two opinions, which is scary for me because I'm more of an eye test kind of guy rather than a statistic kind of guy in preseason anyway.
Yeah, no, 100%. You obviously want stats are good, but yeah, you want to see them in the role, and sometimes it's that like a bit of swagger and energy and stuff. Like just watching Zach Butters play in the State of Origin, like he was trying to start every fight he could. That shit is awesome. That's someone that gives a shit when he's out there, and that's why he's one of the best players in the comp. Like he's just a hard nut that loves it, and he's the smallest bloke out there usually.
100%. Yeah, I love watching Butters. It's hard to avoid him this year.
Oh, you can't. Especially with the early season bye. That's the one thing. If we're going to talk about shit that needs to get fixed up next year, fuck this these early bye crap off and just play the game and have one bye for everyone. 1 week off footy is not going to kill everybody, and it'll make things like I like it in the sense that it makes you for Supercoach. The better coaches will think of strategies and stuff like that. But fuck, it's annoying, man.
It is very frustrating. Like, I didn't plan for round 12 last year and it cooked me.
Yeah, and it's just as bad this year. Like all the teams have again. It's crazy.
It is hard. It's definitely hard. Like my dad avoids Supercoach after the buys because he just hates it. So Causa says Bakes agreed with you, Ash over Whitfield. So there you go. You got a fan there. So he will definitely sub to your channel.
That's good.
Michael says, do you think people who started Flynn at R2 last year will be scared of McAndrew at R2? I reckon you've probably forgotten about that. What do you think?
I had Flynn in flex to start the season last year. I think I went with Sherry and TDK, and I don't think that changed from day dot. I think I put them in and left them there.
Wow.
And towards the end of the year, TDK became a bag of shit because Pitnet came back, and then I got him to Grundy, which was really good. So I had that game where he got the 200 against Essendon, which I knew he would. Yeah, so that worked out well. But yeah, this year, like it's insane. Like I said, at the moment, I've got McAndrew at R2. There's no guarantee that's going to stay, but nothing's calling out to me like this is the option to pick. The only one I've been hot on and it's not even really that hot, is just Jackson because the way he moves, and I still think he'll, he even look like he covers the ground just so good. I know like people are like, oh, is it the ruck roll? Is it the mid roll? As long as he's around the ball, I don't give a shit. Like he'll probably get it. So I think it will scare people off, but like I don't think anyone has a clear cut. This is the way we should start with the rucks. I think everyone's going everywhere. Yeah,
as they should. Like it shouldn't be just one opinion that sticks and everybody just follow that. And then he also makes a valid point here in the second part to the follow-up is Rob more of a threat to McAndrew than BJ to Flynn was last year. So harder to fix a 119K than a 260 restructure, I think. He's probably right with that too as well. I think he's it's a point that people are missing for this whole concept of the story.
Yeah, I don't think, let me add a bit of context to it. I think you still need money in the bank. I don't think you can spend all your cash and then run that, because then like you will be fucked.
Yeah.
If something goes wrong. So yeah, having a couple $100K in the bank just in case, you're not spending up, because you still got to look for value as well. Like that's a big thing. And that's what my thing was last year, is when the value presented itself, I took it, even if I didn't really want that specific player. Like Rao had a big risk over him, and a lot of people didn't want to pick him. And I was like, well, how else are we going to get a completed team? So I picked him, and I don't think he went below 100 for me until the last round, which he took the piss in.
100%.
Yeah.
It paid off, and you got to take those risks when they're value. And Edge says, Having Carlton Channel is hard to stay positive. Went down to Carlton Open training today to film the session and about to record the training report for the Blue Baggers Edge channel now. So there you go. I won't keep you for too much longer because I know you've got stuff to do tonight anyway, but we'll go through some of these and we'll almost call it a night. So we've got Edge backing it up again. He's been following us the whole chat, so it's nice. SC related, Blakeston is an interesting prospect. Give us your thoughts on that being in the Bomber.
Yeah, I definitely think he's got the R1 spot in the team until Nick Bryan gets back, because he's a good accumulator of the ball as well. He moves the ground well in the VFL. He's always done that. So, mate, yeah, I think he's 295k and he's only a defender in Supercoach. So it's not the worst pick. And I've seen a few more people jump on after our pracky yesterday, I think it was. So yeah, he's got a good jump on him, and he's a mature age. He was I think he was in the Sandfoot. So yeah, I definitely think he'll hold that spot for now, and then maybe when Brian comes back, he might float back to the back line, or he'll still be there. But yeah, it's not a bad shout. You know, if you're not keen to go McAndrew, maybe Blackerson might get that DPP if he plays the first 5-6 rounds. But that's roughly when Brian's ready to come back too. So yeah, it's a bit how you going.
A bit dicey, isn't it? And then Corey has a comment at the Times with Scott afterwards, says, well, Charles Pickett was electric, would be good duo with Cozzy. Mm-hmm. And then Scott backs it up with, oh, wow, I've got pins and needles in my hands. Never had that before. You know what that means. Left field Kitty is my highest price back.
Jesus.
Yeah, actually pins and needles in my hands. It's going to feel interesting in about 10 minutes. Have you ever had Melbourne Pickett in your side, actually?
He's in it at the moment, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same.
Just, I was going really cheap with the forward line, and I've actually ended up spending up more now. So I've got obviously Sheasel, and then I've got Petrarca in, just because that run early is crazy. You got to pick him. You got to have him, in my opinion, because I think he'll smash him. And then I've obviously the Lawler thing. I had a bit of cash since I've got McAndrew at the moment at R2, and I was like, Pickett doesn't have the early buy. He's got to be top 6, top 8 forward. I don't know who else who clearly is gonna be better than him. Like, I think he's a really good option, and I think he'll play mid than he did last year. So, I think he will be hard to tag. I think there will be teams that try, but he seems like it's a bit of a harder bloke to tag. It just depends if he cracks the shits and, starts trying to jumper punch people out and shit like that. But no, he's in my team at the moment, man. I think he's he had a good game yesterday as well. It was really solid.
Yeah, that's fair. I think a lot of these guys that we're just going to have to actually pick anyway, like your Petrarcas, your Pickers, because there's not a lot of options. Even DeGoey's in my side at the moment. So there's a few options there, but Traw's obviously out of my side of that injury. And then I'm getting stick with this comment. Supercoach Pro Shannon Neal, a good starting pick. This was my worst pick last year. You probably remember. So, no, he's definitely not a good starting pick. I know he's taking a piss out of me, but that's valid. I should have never, ever picked him, and I totally regret picking a Geelong key forward.
We both went that route, though. We both had a shit pick. Remember my Toby Green pick?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Yep.
Yeah. We had,
that was unreal.
To play against Richmond. He only got like a 60, and then he had Port, and then he got knee in the ass from Aliir and got subbed off at halftime on like 6.
Yeah, no, that was rough. I remember hearing your voice note about some of these things, and now there's no voice notes in Twitter, so now I'm spewing because I have to type shit.
That was our thing. We did that. That was just how we fucking communicated. Now,
literally,
good type shit. So annoying.
I hate it. That's why I struggle to reply sometimes.
Yeah, I'm the same.
Excuse me. Blackerson was formed from Waffle. If he's Ruck eligible, would be more interesting as well. So, yeah, covered that one.
Yeah.
I don't reckon I have a bit of nosy about me. I've had that before. And then there's this guy off You or whatever that people reckon I look off. I can't remember what TV show it was, but it was stupid. It was quite funny. But Nosy is like a good 20 years older than me. So, thanks, Dame. I appreciate that. What about me? He'd have to be 20 years older than me now.
Oh,
Edge is funny tonight. He's absolutely loving it. Yeah. Spot on Ghost, lock in Pickett, bulk CBA, and showing great average in games playing in the midfield in 2025. I agree. I've still got him in my flex or my F3 at this point. So
yeah,
I'm keen. I think like our teams will be pretty much sorted once we see, even round 0. And hopefully there's not too much last minute changes. I'm normally pretty set once I've watched the last pracky matches, and then there might be only 1 or 2 picks that change due to the green lights on rookies. Are you the same?
Yeah, pretty much. I'm pretty happy with there's a few players I'm tossing up between, obviously. I've got Noah Anderson in my team at the moment for that early run. Because I think it's West Coast Richmond to start, has a bye, then it's like Melbourne, Essendon. It's just like playing the week of the week. And that makes him a captaincy option every week as well, which is good. Since I'm going a bit lighter in the ruck. But he's got that round 12 bye, which is really annoying. So I was tossing up between him and Goulden. But I just see Anderson, the run, and him being more likely closer to being a top 8 mid than Goulden. I think Goulden will have a great year, but I just think there's probably a bit more of a guarantee. But yeah, with the rookies and stuff, we try to do the best we can. And like you said, there'll be a rookie that comes out of nowhere that no one's spoken about that ends up playing. And then blokes we think are like, yeah, they're locked in. We're like Mitch Nevitt last year, where everyone was like, yep, sweet, he's going to play 1 or 2 games and then was out injured, and then he never really got back in. So Sardis as well. He didn't even get picked for the squad in a pracky match, mate. Like, I don't know. He must have done a Lockie Neal to Brad Scott or something, because he ain't getting a game ever again. I'm telling you.
Yeah. He was Scobes' little love child at one point. Like, Scobes was hyping him up all the time.
But he should have been. That's the problem. He should have played. I don't understand. I could spend a whole bloody hour talking about how much I hate Scott, because he just ruins kids. He doesn't know how to coach them. He fucks them up.
Yeah, no, 100% agree with that. This would be the last comment. I don't think a lot of Essendon fans have been really keen on Scott, have they really?
We had Rutten, and I thought we need someone tougher. I think we're too pussy. You remember that Luke Parker thing where he was like getting into Shield and like saying we were scared. I was like, well, let's harden up. And I thought Scott, I've seen him yell at North players when he coached there. He hasn't yelled once, I don't think. And like, I'm not saying the coach just needs to yell, but sometimes you do. The top coaches, I've seen them yell and put a bit of a bit of pressure on you and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, I used to get fired up after a spray as well, for sure.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's meant to rev you up a bit and wake you up when your effort's not there or whatever. But yeah, I don't know. I just don't see us. I honestly, and it's a hot take, I think we'll be bottom 2. I think we could even get a wooden spoon.
Wow, that would make my year, because then I could give Cheese so much shit. Because Cheese looks like Noah Anderson. If you ever get to meet Cheese, I've seen some photos. I haven't met him yet, but he definitely looks like Noah Anderson.
I hope that's a sign that him being in my team is going to help then. So I might meet him to make sure.
100%. And Causa says Lucas Camporelli was the same as well. Played 2 games, never played again. Oh, I was about to sign off, but before we do, shout out to Yazza here. I sent him a text before telling him I was going to go live. He goes, shout out to falling asleep on your original upload. So my bad. I did tell him I was going to do a live as well, because he's always keen for Supercoach to start in his lab. So thanks for coming on the channel. And I always appreciate time. And like I said, we'll definitely have to do more episodes. And I'm happy to jump on anytime when you've got some stuff going on. But when do you reckon you'll have your channel uploaded and running?
Oh, I'm aiming for within like this next month. I really want to be able to have it up for the early, probably around by the time all these crappy early season buys are done and we're in the proper season. I think it should be all good by then. But like I said, we've got After Dark. I'm happy to jump on whenever you're doing something. I'm happy to jump on and everything like that. So should be up and running soon, mate.
Sounds good. I'm looking forward to it too. And like I said too, if Rook delist us for a game or two on After Dark and we're not in and someone else is in there, I promise you I will host you in there and we'll just go head-to-head and see what happens and hopefully can cause a bit of a kerfuffle stir as a bit of a what do you call it? A friendly head-to-head and see what happens, who gets the most likes or whatever shit.
Yeah, 100%.
Mate. Well, again, thanks for jumping on. We'll do some more pre-season content, so I'll hit you up in the DMs and see if you can maybe next week as well. Because I want to do a few more lives before the actual season starts too, just to get the swing of things and get a few others in there as well before we start. But again, thanks for jumping on, mate. So you take care and I'll catch you on the next episode at some point.
Yeah, brother. Thanks for having me.
No worries, mate. Take care.
See ya.
See ya.